How's it going, everyone? Session here. Welcome to the Final Fantasy XIV Patch 6.4 Dark Throne English trailer. Now, we did just finish watching the full live letter that came out today, and so I wanted to get, obviously, the English translation for the trailer because Japanese gave me a lot of information, but I can't understand it. So I need to understand what exactly happened during the portion of it all to figure it out. Be prepared for some chills because it's going to be so good. The music already was top tier.
I would bid you join me. Fight with me for the salvation of all our souls. Now feast upon this dragon and its ardent longing for home with it.
What?
They claim to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search of a means to end the Contra Memoria.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say he would have been fine without me. Containment seal. Then thou wouldst make use of...
So this is the promised land. The land of boundless ether.
What?
Oriange, commence your invocations. Tis time to open our gate. This is the moon of the 13th.
I've been waiting for this.
And one of them got what they deserved. Trusting fools. Like you would-be heroes. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back.
Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here?
You will go no further. At last. The moment is at hand. Come, face me. The hero who shattered the wheel and brought salvation to the world.
Okay, wait a second, because okay, hold on. So,
Fight with me for the salvation of all our souls.
that's interesting that he says that like that.
Now
So, okay, so here's the thing.
feast upon this dragon and its ardent longing for home with it.
Like, but what? Okay, so like, so here's the thing. I was heavily under the impression that Ajaya was going to become the Golbez shadow dragon that he has as like a signature with him. He always has the dragon with him. Like it's a commonality for him. But the size of the dragon is only about the same length and like size of his sword. And Ajaya is way larger than that. So I wonder if it's actually like a thing. If he actually uh like consumes something of Ajaya and then turns her into like the shadow dragon. So I actually have no idea. Um This I already assumed in the live letter that this is Golbez, not only because of the sword, but just because like he's always been actually known for underneath the helmet having like long hair through just like other sprites and appearances that he's made. So that's him. So I know that much. This is this from the dungeon. That's fine.
I dare say he would have been fine without me.
This is from the Criterion. That's cool. This was one of the best looking. That was fun. They're gonna use something to close the Zodiac side of the moon, but the crazy thing is that where is it? So here they are. They're trying to use these towers. I guess it's to either seal this or contain this. Which makes sense though, because remember when we defeated Zodiac and Fandaniel fell inside here, like this is when the whole thing surged out, I think, right? And then that's when the final days actually like happened type of ordeal. So this is actually a thing that happens. So for them to close it actually makes like a lot of sense. Then this is where the platform is going to be for fighting Golbez, because again, the live letter showcased that. Additionally, though, I think they're on a moon that it resembles the 13th shard, which is what the world was behind Golbez at the end of 6.3, which makes sense. And you fight Golbez on there because that's the Falcora Troya. This is for raid. I think it is, yeah. And then La Habre is doing his business. The P9 fight looks crazy. That platform is gigantic. Gigantic. It's crazy, actually.
Even now, I struggle with fear.
I don't know who this is, though. That's Alamigo. The duty support for that is actually fire. That's P10. Which is nuts, actually. See, and then you have this thing. See, this looks like a similar hole in the moon on the 13th that's similar to Mare. So I looked at this and I wondered, like, how much of a similarity does it actually have in comparison to the original moon? That's what it feels like to me. And you fight Golbez on this cube thing, yeah, and he's literally, yeah. Like, you fight him above that crater. And that's Rija. And then he literally does a thing and then summons the dragon. But then when you look at the actual dragon, though, like the body, the actual like the physical form of the dragon looks nothing like Ashdaya or any of the worms that you like have seen in the past, like with Vitra, you know, because they have like arms and legs and the wings and all that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously though, right? So like, I wonder, maybe this is Ashdaya, but then like something happens in the moment, because you can see that they're bound. So you start fighting Golbez, and then he eventually brings out the dragon, and then the dragon adds more mechanics to the fight. That's what it is. So I mean, I have so many wonders and questions about this. Because the whole purpose of them is to try to prevent the Contra Memoria, because that's why Zero is doing what she's doing. But then, okay, wait, let me like one more time. Let's just see.
I would bid you join me. Fight with me for the salvation of all our souls.
Because that tells me that there's something at a larger stake versus him.
Feast upon this dragon and its ardent longing for home with it.
Because you know how in Shadowbringers they had to become the warriors of darkness in order to like cleanse the light? It's almost, it gave me like a similar vibe of like that, but like backwards, obviously, which is kind of what we were doing from the beginning, from the first place. And I don't think the two are correlated together, but it is heavily related to 13th Shard, which I think has always been the hints, which I understood that as well.
Been fine without me. Containment scene.
Yeah,
Then thou wouldst make use of.
it was pretty clear when 6.1's storyline began.
Promised land. The land of boundless ether.
See, that I don't know who that is though.
Oriange, commence your invocations.
That sounded something like almost possessed.
Tis time to open our gate.
That's Blue Mage, I think. That's Mount Rockham.
This is the moon of the 13th.
Vitra travels with them to the 13th moon.
Waiting for this.
Right, because they go through the Void Sand to find the Void Gate rather to find Ashdiet.
And one of them got what they deserved. Trusting fools. Like you would-be heroes. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back.
Now there's female voice lines
Even now, I
during
struggle with
that
fear
fight,
and
so I wonder. I have an idea as to who I think it could
What
be,
is right? Where do we
but
go
I don't
from
know.
here?
I don't know the Japanese translation, and I personally don't want to know. I want to be exposed to that when I actually get to the fight itself, but I'm very curious as to like who that female voice is. Oh no, wait, there is a. Oh, maybe it is Ashdiet, sorta.
The moment is at hand.
It could be actually.
Come, face me.
Maybe he does actually transform her.
Who shattered the wheel?
The size of the Shadow Dragon is significantly smaller, but it definitely has like a similarity that makes sense. Okay. Oh man, that's so crazy actually. I don't even have a clue, man. Or maybe I'm not far off of my mark either. I don't know. I just can't wait. May 23rd. We have 11 days until we get this. So I hope you are all as excited as I am. I cannot wait to find out and watch the whole thing unfold. It's just new content, new story, and everything as well. And the craziest part is too is that the ending of the 6.4 storyline is gonna segue to 6.5, and then 6.5 will segue into 7, and I don't think we even have a clue about what's gonna happen in like 6.5's lore, especially because Golbez is the final boss of the whole expansion for Endwalker. Like for Endwalker's sake, Golbez is the final boss, because they also revealed it in the live letter from today that essentially the next trial after this one isn't part of MSQ because it's like another thing that they're doing in the FanFest. So like I think essentially the next trial after this one is actually a primal, but it's got no correlation to the 13th shard or none of that either. So like that's it. Golbez is like the final boss of all of Endwalker, and then we use 6.5's storyline as a segue into 7.0, and then we get a whole new expansion. So it's not long before we have that, we don't have that much time until we get the whole new thing, but we still have a lot of ways to go as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy the patch. I hope you guys look forward to it. Definitely have the most fun with the raids and the Criterion dungeon, storyline, job changes, PvP changes, all that stuff in between. So thank you for watching and take care.